Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Corey, better known as the Seaman, and I want to welcome you to another edition of the Seaman's Cinema Sitdown. Yes, it is the same Ahsoka Tano shirt that I have worn for the first 4 episodes of the show. I was really hoping to have a new Ahsoka shirt as well as some Rebel shirts, but my shipment got lost or sent the wrong place, then rerouted. Now it's getting here on Thursday. This is the longest shipment I've had probably in about a year. Anyway, I digress. It's a big night. We got a humongous episode. An episode so big, they released it limitedly in movie theaters. And I chose not to go. I said, nah, I want to record my reactions for you guys. In reality, those tickets were gone in seconds, and I didn't even have a chance. But no, I probably would have still watched it here because I do like having the reactions to this show, especially with how much I'm loving it. What am I talking about? Why don't you pull up a chair, take a seat? We are getting ready to take a watch and dive in spoiler-filled into Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 5. On the TV, it's just going to say Part 5 because that's how it always works. We'll find out the episode title when we get into it itself. But I am stoked. So far, through 4 episodes, Dave Filoni's story has just gripped me and intrigued me and pulled me in. And then the combination of what we have gotten on screen. Filoni in the first episode, Steph Green on the second and third, and then Mr. Peter Ramsey delivering one of my favorite episodes of Star Wars to date last week. And before we even get into last week and what we got coming this week, you're probably saying, Seaman, why are you in Jersey again? Well, I woke up this morning, my buddy Tom hits me up and is like, hey man, volleyball tonight. I was like, cool, I'll be there. Because he had told me Thursday, I think, is when we were maybe going to be starting. And it was early. I hadn't registered what it was. I said I was in, and then I realized it was Tuesday. And I was like, oh no, it's not just Tuesday. It's like the Ahsoka Tuesday. Like, they released this episode in movie theaters tonight. I committed, and if I didn't play, we would have forfeit. So, came down to Jersey. Game, I figured maybe it'd be like 7:30, 9:15. Right smack dab at the beginning of the episode. So I went and played volleyball, and then we went to stop and get a team beverage. And the bar we ended up going to, the one we usually go to, one of my buddies was like, it's closed. So we went to this other place called the Orange Lantern, and lo and behold, David Krumholtz, for you that know Bernard, the elf, was jamming at this place. I parked my car across the street, come to walk in, a real kind of scraggly character comes walking out and goes, yo man, go get weird, son. And I was like, the Orange Lantern, you'll find some weird people there sometimes. So I was like, yeah, okay, I feel that vibe. I opened the door and it was like a full-on concert. There was a Grateful Dead band, like cover band playing. And David Krumholtz is like one of the lead singers and guitarists. I have a video where he was crushing it. He was so good. So good. I got to throw that up on Instagram somewhere. But yeah, I was like, you know what? I'm going to get to Ahsoka later than I wanted to. I've avoided all things. My friend Brittany just texted me, so good, all capital letters. My buddy Jordan, because they both knew I was running behind tonight. He was just like, all I'll say is enjoy the ride, man. I'm stoked. I see 52 minutes on the board. Dave Filoni is back directing this episode, and where we left last week. Oh man, so I was like, it was killing me to not be watching the episode right when it dropped. But the fact that I ended up at a bar and saw David Krumholtz jam out to Grateful Dead music, like crushing it on the guitar and the vocals, man. Well worth the late start. So here we are. We're in Jersey. We're watching the episode, and like I said, man, last week, what a doozy Peter Ramsey gave us, man. Unbelievable action across the board. I mean, the Jedi Sith stuff in the forest with Marok and Shin and Ahsoka and Sabine was fantastic. The Ahsoka and frickin' Balin fight, and like seeing Ahsoka in both instances switch to the single-handed lightsaber really, it was fun. I listened to, I can't remember the name of the channel, but they're one of the top Star Wars channels, and they're breaking down like all the different, I love I don't know all the different handholds and positionings and stuff, but they were going through it, and it's like, when that's the type of stuff I love diving into and listening to, because it gives you even a better idea of the things that Filoni is doing, and the things they're setting up, and just that whole sequence was magical. And then to end up in the world between worlds, like, come on, dude. And now Filoni's here for part 5. I'm pretty sure we are getting freaking, I hope that we get Hera rounding up the rebels and trying to figure out how to go chase down Thrawn, while the other half of the episode is gonna be over whatever's going on with Ahsoka in the world between worlds. It's one of these things where it's like Anakin pops up last week, and you go, I can see this whole episode just being the world between worlds. But I think we're gonna get Thrawn. I don't think that Filoni chooses to direct this episode if he's not debuting Thrawn. Why Thrawn isn't his, so to speak, right? A lot of books with Thrawn. I actually just started. I wanted to dip my toe into the books because I love Audible and audio books. And my friend Britt was like, start with the first Thrawn trilogy. It's one of the greatest runs and highest acclaimed set of books. And all relates to a character that we're watching right now. And I started it. I tell you, for you book readers out there, if you go in like a second time on a book or something like that, I said this to Britt because she's a big reader. I was like, if you go back to a book a second time, track down the Audible. I started that thing and it was, in a galaxy far, far away. And I was like, oh shoot, man, this thing is fully produced. Actors, voices that are close enough where it's like, oh my gosh, man, it's like Han and Leia and Luke. Like, I'm 2 chapters in. I'm loving it. It was perfect for the ride down today. But when I turned that on, I was like, oh man, this is fantastic. So yeah, I'm just like, I'm in a place, man. I'm stoked. So I definitely think that, with Thrawn having as much as there is with Thrawn, and, Filoni being involved with, debuting him in moving pictures, he's going to take him to live action too. And he's not going to drop the ball there. And I hope that means we also get to see Ezra. I hope we get to see Zeb. We saw him in Mando. It would be crazy if he didn't show up, right? Like, the fact that he's not at his homeworld and he's currently in the Outer Rim, like, you got to round him up to go chase down Sabine. The choice that Sabine made. One, I think we all knew it was coming just from a general narrative standpoint. But it's one of those things where, I kept saying it last week with Balin, he's so subtle. Like, so subtle, it's so seductive. It's what the Sith do. And it was like he had studied who Sabine was, man. He played right into the wheelhouse of what was going to get her to come, man. The only family she had left, and the big reveal that, like, because of the training and things, and maybe it was Sabine not being there, or a choice that Ahsoka made, but Balin basically inferred that, Sabine's family, who was alive and well in Rebels the last time we saw them, died because of, things that Ahsoka, pulling Sabine away maybe, or however it tied into the training, or what that period of time was that we haven't physically witnessed. And like, playing right into that, you knew she was going to hand it over and go on that ride. And in some ways, like, as someone who loves Ezra as much as Sabine does, family, the only family she's got left, I would probably do the same thing just to make sure that I am physically where everyone else is. Right? Like, if it's going to happen, make sure that you're there too. But simultaneously, I also understand where Ahsoka is coming from, and where it's like, it's better that Thrawn does not come back, And Sabine should know, because she's gone toe-to-toe with Thrawn just like all the rebels have. So it's a conflicting position, something that happens many, many times. And it's one of those where I'm like, I was talking to one of my friends, like, dude, somebody's going to have to go dark side, right? Like, Ezra and Ahsoka and what, I'm like, it's Sabine? Could it be? I don't think it's going to be Sabine. I don't think that's the play here. But it is one of those things where it's like, Ahsoka's right, man. Like, no Thrawn is better than any potential chance of Thrawn coming back, because that dude, tactically, like, that was the thing I loved, man. The first chapter in this first Heir to the Empire book, like, he like, it's just a simple maneuver, and the captain of the ship, who's been a captain for like 40, 50 plus years, is like, what? I'm confused as to what you're doing. And because, Thrawn is well cultured, and appreciates art and understands the people and where they come from and the different places he goes, just one maneuver by this group that came to kind of, like, ambush them, he knew who the captain was and played a maneuver that would decimate it. It was like, I was just driving going, this guy, dude, I can't wait. Yeah, you don't want that guy back around. So it's, as it always is, it's one where you understand both sides. And while, like, there's definitely a part of me that's like, Sabine, I want Ezra back too, man. You know what I mean? So I think this is gonna be one of these things where, like, there have been some crazy theories being thrown around. First, it was the crazy theories with Marok or Marok, however you say his name. I'm so bad with names. I always apologize about that. Even when I hear them, I can't get them right. My brain just fumbles them. But, all this stuff with Marok, I had said last week, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense that it would be Ezra. Ezra would have to be with Thrawn. Doesn't make any sense to be Starkiller. You didn't even sniff the type of power sets or things that he would have been doing. Even if he had become an Inquisitor and was hiding his stuff. I watched a whole video that Sam Witwer did, like, if Starkiller had become an Inquisitor, like, what would the play be? Because he's the secret apprentice to Darth Vader. And the way he broke it down was so cool. And it's one of those, but just, like, watching how he moved and the power sets, like, is just not the same. And I loved the fact that when we got to it, it was just most likely nothing more than, Night Sister magic. And some kind of, you could hear the whispering when it left the body. And Sam Witwer's voice was utilized in that. He's been utilized a bunch in the season and a bunch of the other Star Wars properties, as we talked about last week. But it was one of those things where it was like, yeah, clearly Night Sister magic. And it'll be interesting to see if they go back to that at all, if they touch on that. At this point, I don't think so, because Morgan and them are already gone. I think Marok's just dead, and that's fine by me. But when it comes to the Anakin situation, the world between worlds, I've definitely seen some interesting theories. Some, me and my buddy, my friend Hill, invited a few of us out to the city on Wednesday last week to do mixtape bingo. It was dope. They just played music, and then if you had it on the bingo card, you play bingo. It was a lot of fun. But me and my buddy Jordan, we were talking about the Son of Mortis theory, where it's like, Ahsoka has always been tied to the daughter, Anakin has been directly tied to the son, and it was weird that Anakin was de-aged, right? I don't think they de-aged him at all in Obi-Wan. At least I didn't think that they did when they did the flashback, and if they did, it was so subtle. This, like, kind of looked a little too smooth, a little funky, and, people were seeing, like, the lightsaber is in Anakin's, although some people were like, maybe it's the reflection of the chrome. That seems that's a strange reflection, like, the way that would have played. But either way, it's one of these, like, I could see, like, that'd be one of those things, like, in the animated show, I'd be here for that type of play, or playing with, the son and the daughter and the father, like, playing with those three in any way, especially because of the way they tie into Rebels and Ezra and all of that, like, I could live and love that in an animated show, but in live action, and I was talking to my friend Britt about this, especially when I was going to movie theaters tonight. I don't know if you play Anakin as a disguise just to melt it away to be Sam Witwer as the son. Like, it'd be so cool to see Sam Witwer as the son. That would be dope. But, like, I don't know. As a fan, especially one of Hayden and Anakin, it would kind of hurt a little bit if that's all it was for. But there's definitely something weird going on, because why would you make the choice of not de-aging too much, if at all, in Obi-Wan? You're doing an Anakin that was older than the guy we saw in Obi-Wan Kenobi. why would you de-age here? And the one thing, and I listened to Eric Voss on I love New Rockstars, they're so good. I listened to both his theories because I knew I wasn't going to do any theory videos. And the second one that he put out is kind of the one I'm hoping for, where it's like, I think the world between worlds kind of reflects the person who enters it, right? And you could just say, oh, well, the animation, the live action, it's just got a different vibe to it. But it's a very stark difference. You know, the world between worlds with Ezra is black and white. And when he walks, it's very kind of solid when you see his footsteps show up. With Ahsoka, it's blue and more watery, and it kind of has more of an Ahsoka vibe. And I think the idea of like the fact that this is not time travel, folks, you're not gonna get any, like my buddy Jordan was like, yo, what are your predictions tonight? I'm like, I don't know, man. Filoni could go so many different ways with this, and he could play in so many different realms, and all of it could be cool, and whatever he chooses is gonna be great, because the one thing he's not gonna do is mess with canon or create a multiverse. That's not what's happening with the world between worlds. And he's even said this in public, where it's like the world between worlds is more about, you know, something that has to do with the person that goes there and the Jedi that connects with it. And if you have something that's different for both Ezra and Ahsoka, whether it be the portals that they see, and we haven't seen any of the portals, or at least I didn't notice any of the portals last week for Ahsoka, but I would imagine that the portal she sees would be different. So maybe this is a reflection of Anakin. Sort of like a Force ghost, but not quite. Something that, you know, could connect to Ahsoka. Or, the one thing that you definitely hear in the background is that traditional March of the Empire theme coming in there. Maybe it's Vader playing a trick on Ahsoka. Maybe he's using some kind of Force, or some, who knows. It could be any number of things where it's like, it could be a trick, but like, it could still be Anakin, right? Just not maybe that version of Anakin. I hope it's somewhere in that vein, and I'm just fascinated to see how they utilize the world between worlds. I hope that we get to see Ahsoka, even if it is like not a good Anakin. I hope we get to see Ahsoka witness moments from the animated show in live action. I would love to see the showdown with Vader, see a clip of that would be dope. Seeing anything from Clone Wars. You gotta get me another thing too. I need in this episode, I need Rex. Whether that's Hera rounding them up, or again, it's one of those where like you see a flashback and Rex needs to show up. We've been seeing his helmet in the open. But yeah, like that's where I'm at, man. I think we're gonna get Thrawn. I hope we get Ezra. And I definitely think whatever Ahsoka's story is going to come out of the world between worlds. I think when she comes back in, off and running, we go to wherever, you know, the Sabine and Balin and Morgan, wherever they went. But yeah, I don't think you're gonna get anything too crazy. I just think Filoni is gonna play it in a way where Star Wars fans are gonna sit here and go, "That was dope," and then when we get back to what's actually going down, you're gonna be like, "Fire me up." So I don't want to waste any more time. I can't believe I talked to you guys for like 20 minutes pre-show. That was a long one. You guys know the deal. When I'm home, I have to, you know, kind of like resituate myself. I gotta get it on the TV and on the phone because that's how. Oh, Bluetooth speakers. So, all right, here we go. I'm just gonna zoom it out more. Like, I want to get, like, you know, a decent... Maybe we do, like, a little bit of this. Yeah, that's good. Alright, there we go. I'm sorry, there's a lot of movement there, camera-wise, but now I feel good. I feel like camera situation's looking good. We've talked about everything I could possibly think of. Let's get the episode up for you. Let's waste no more time. We got 52 minutes. You're looking at probably about 47, 48. Be the third longest episode, I think. But I don't want to waste any more time because it's late. Oh man, it's already past midnight. We got a long night ahead of us, folks. But I am stoked for Ahsoka Season 1, Episode 5, Part 5. And I can't wait to find out what the title is. Let's go. Alright, let's see.
Your legacy, like your master's, is one of death and destruction.
There we go. Feeling good about that. Oh, get that hand! The other thing, too, that'll be interesting, I think Ahsoka could be... One could just be Filoni making a nice nod to Indiana Jones and other Lucas things. Or maybe there's something on there that they can take away from whatever was burned into her hand. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they play with that and how the rest of the rebels are going to get there without the map now that it's been destroyed. Also, I've said it every week, but it cannot be stated enough. Freaking Ray Stevenson, absolutely phenomenal as Balin. I want more. I love that Jacen is with Hera right now. I'm very excited to see how they play with him. I loved him going like, I got a bad feeling, something that runs through Star Wars in lots of places. Here it is.
Got a bad feeling.
Yeah, you do. And then, yeah, dude, Ahsoka waking up here. This was the, like, it was what, one, you want to talk about one of the smoothest transitional edits I've ever seen in my life. That freaking ocean water into the thing she's laying on in the world between worlds.
Anakin.
I tell you, you should go if you haven't. Go watch the new Rockstars breakdown that Voss did. He talks about wind too. There's a meaning with wind. You see Ahsoka's things move a lot. I'm like, oh man, already. What is? Oh, we got some new helmets in there. I'm bumping up the wrong volume. All the way up. Oh man. Just the sound design on the whole series so far has been so good. Cetos. Those red trees, man. So the choices they've made from a visual standpoint in this show have been stunning across the board. It does look like there's a little cove in there that maybe Ahsoka could have fallen into. Washed up into, you know? I really do love Dave Filoni when he's behind the camera, though. Like, what a beautiful opening shot. You know what I mean? Like, the other thing I love about this show is that... Oh, X-Wings! I love that this show is willing to take its time and has continued to do that, you know, even in just individual shots. Comes Hera. Starting here. Like I said, I think this could be a big episode for Hera if she tries to round everybody up. I just don't know how she's gonna figure out how to get to where they gotta get.
I got nothing down here. Looks like we missed the party.
Copy, General. There's nothing on the scope. Where is everyone?
That's what worries me. Do a full sweep and report back.
Copy. Over.
Mom?
Oh my god. Yeah,
Can I
Jacen?
come out now?
I think we're okay.
All right. But don't wander off too far. We don't know this planet, so keep Chopper with you.
Seeing her be like an actual mom is so much fun. Because there's always a motherly vibe to Hera. One of the other things that I'm very excited about, it was announced like last week that Mary Elizabeth Winstead is coming to New York Comic Con, and I got my photo op locked down. I'm also gonna get a photo with Palm Clementif, Mantis. Yeah, oh, I love that. I'd be on Hopper. But yeah, there's nobody left. So who is it? Chopper. Oh! That's right. Hu Yang. Totally forgot that he would still be hiding around out there somewhere, holding Sabine's helmet. That's...
I told them to stay together,
He did.
but they never listened.
Nope. I love the way also that his eyes open and close. Friggin'
They never listened.
heartbroken, man. Oh, dude, I think Jacen can sense where Ahsoka might be. Or he's definitely sensing something. But yeah, very pumped to have a photo op with Mary Elizabeth Winstead. I've been a big fan of hers before this, and I think she's crushing here. So that'll be exciting for Con. Same with Palm Clemente. Real big fan there. Shadow Warrior. Woo! The titles in this show have been great. Oh, let's go. Here we are. It's so pretty.
Anakin,
What is really going on here?
you look the same.
You look old.
Well, that happens.
Yeah, I think this is some kind of reflection for her, so it's not like the actual Anakin.
Actually, what happened?
You lost the
Guess I
fight.
hope.
I don't remember.
Trust me. You lost.
Doesn't look as bad here as it did last week.
Balin's skull.
So you do remember. That's good.
Why?
Oh, and it is just the reflection. You can see the chrome there. Maybe it is his lightsaber.
Chance.
Crazy theorists.
To live.
A chance to live.
Tell me what's going on.
I'm here to finish your training.
It's a little late for that.
One is never too old to learn, Snips.
Oh, snips. I didn't hear that live last week. I almost cried when I heard it editing.
What's the lesson, Master?
Live?
Or die. Woo! Or die.
Or die.
I won't fight you.
I don't think he's gonna give you a chance. Go lay down. Let's go. Dude. Fire me up. Fire me up, son. Yes. Yo. Oh, don't cut away, Dave! It's a very Star Wars-y thing to do, though. It always happens in those big showdowns, but... Oh, look, it was just about to get good! I love that Jacen is definitely sensing something right now. Feel it. Embrace the Force, kiddo.
Anything?
No, I'm afraid the map is broken beyond repair.
Well, once we find Sabine and Ahsoka, we can worry about that.
Unless the one thing answers the other.
You think they were aboard that ship?
Oh...
The alternative becomes less desirable.
Don't like that.
Senator Organa says she can only give us cover for so long.
Senator Organa.
Well, we're not going anywhere until I know exactly what happened here.
If we stay out here any longer without reporting in, people are gonna start asking questions.
Mom,
Not now, Jacen.
I think Jacen knows. You're gonna be able to find Ahsoka.
but Mom, there's something about the water.
The water itself?
What is it, Jacen?
There's something out there, Mom. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Chopper?
Need to know how Ahsoka got to the world between worlds.
Jacen, if there was anything out there, Chopper would pick it up on his scanner.
Oh, Mom.
General, we need to...
It's Jedi stuff, Hera.
Mom, listen.
I am.
No, listen to the waves.
Okay. What are we listening for?
Don't you hear it?
Yo, dude, I love this. Oh, expert usage for Jacen.
The waves crashing?
It's more than that.
No. The lightsabers.
Oh, come on. Come on. Yo. Oh my god, dude. Right here. Score. Yo.
Need you out over the ocean, low altitude, full sweep.
We already did that.
Well, we're doing it again. Liang, you're with me in the Ghost.
Right away.
So freaking cool, man. Ah, I love
I'm
it.
missing. What just happened?
Huh.
Jacen has abilities. His father, Kanan Jarrus, was a Jedi.
Kaden!
Okay.
I freaking love Paul Hyung-sung Lee, man. He's so good. Glad he did not crash last week when the freaking... I know there's a name for that ship. It's just not here yet. I get so geeked with it. Dude, when Hayden starts going... Yo, let's go! Yeah! Come on, Ahsoka.
Looks like you don't have much left to offer.
I haven't taught you everything
Yo! Yeah, see, I think this is like happening internally for her. Also, I think he looked better there than last week when we first saw him. Like, oh, looked pretty good. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just all in. Now where is she? Yo, please give me Rex. Yes, we're gonna get Captain Rex.
Forward! Hurry up, Snip!
Dude. Oh my gosh. Whoa, whoa, oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that it was showing Ahsoka. Oh my god, dude. Oh, this is what I was hoping for. Clips of Clone Wars.
This is the Clone Wars.
Yo, he looks so good.
No kidding.
Oh, young Master Anakin. I'm kicking out. I am kicking out. Oh my god, dude.
I don't understand.
That's your problem.
Master!
He's got the grip. Oh my god. I'm gonna cry this week. Oh my lord.
Gotta keep up.
What about my training?
This is your training.
Yo, this is sick, man. Yo, give me some live action Clone Wars stuff. I thought Anakin looked great there. But yeah, this is something that's all happening internally for her, which means it is Anakin to her. That makes me happy. But where this is gonna lead, I'm fascinated. I can't believe they did young Ahsoka. That's freaking wild, dude. Honestly, phenomenal casting. This little girl looks very much like young Ahsoka. Yo.
Be right back.
No.
Come on, Snips. The battle's not over yet. There are more separatist droids approaching.
I can't. Rex takes that helmet off and flip out.
Is there a problem?
We lost so many.
Very true. I can't. Dave Filoni is a godsend.
There's always a price to be paid.
It was my fault. They were following my orders. I got them killed.
Come here. This is war, Ahsoka. As Jedi, it's our job to lead. That doesn't mean we don't make mistakes.
But our mistakes cost lives. That doesn't bother you?
Of course it does.
This isn't what I trained for.
We must adjust to the times. Look, when Obi-Wan taught me, we were keepers of the peace. But now, to win this war, I have to teach you to be a soldier.
Oh my god, dude.
Is that all I'll have to teach my own Padawan one day?
Oh my god.
Do you even want a Padawan? You know, teaching's not all it's cracked up to be.
What makes you say that?
I'm joking.
How can you joke at a time like this?
Tell me, what do you want? You want me to be more serious?
Prefer it?
Listen, I'm teaching you how to lead, how to survive. And to do that, you're going to have to fight.
Freaking gorgeous. Oh my god.
What if I want to stop fighting?
Then you'll die.
Like, unbelievable. I'm telling you, I better get a Rex without a helmet, though, during these flashbacks. Oh, there he is! That was freaking cool! Dude. Oh my god, her grappling with the fact that she couldn't save us, like, she walked away, like, that's where this is gonna lead. This is gonna lead to her walking away. I would imagine. This is so fascinating. I love it, I love it, I love it so much. If this kid at any point says world between worlds, which is why they can't find her, fall out my chair.
General, how many more times are we gonna make this circuit?
Try widening your sweep along the coast.
Copy. Over.
No, dude, it's so nice to see Ghost on screen.
Carson's not wrong. Sabine and Ahsoka seem lost, and soon we'll be stranded out here.
Luckily, the New Republic is only a short transmission away. I was surprised they changed their mind and approved your mission.
Oh, they never changed their mind. No, I just came anyway. For all the good it did.
I see. So this mission is unauthorized.
It is.
Some general I am. Maybe those senators were right. They got us out here chasing ghosts.
You do things your way because you care. This is why people like you.
Very much so.
Hey, Yang, where are they? People don't just vanish into thin air.
Normally, no.
Is there a chance they're out here?
Always. Especially with Lady Tanner.
Yep.
Yeah, she is tenacious.
So was her master.
What was he like?
Intense.
Yes, Jacen, what is it?
Chopper thinks he has something heading 323 Mark 157.
Copy, we'll check it out.
Chopper says you're gonna have to get low.
Get low.
How low?
She wants to know how. Get low, as low as you can. Just go, Mom, please.
Alright.
Also, was this close to getting Tenant? I thought his ticket would last up until when Winstead's dropped, so I could do them all at the same time. Just missed him. But he'll also be at Con. He has been crushing. Look at this. Yo! I love these cuts also. Let's go! Double lightsaber Ahsoka. This is so badass, dude! Yo! Yes!
Nice work, Commander. We'll secure the perimeter. Come on, let's
Go! We didn't get to see his face, but hearing his voice. Captain Rex. Dude, just reliving these moments. It's so freaking cool.
I don't know this battle.
It was the siege of Mandalore.
Yep.
We had parted ways by now.
Looks intense.
It was.
You did well. You're a warrior now, as I trained you to be.
Is that all?
So good.
Ahsoka, within you will be everything I am. All the knowledge I possess. Just as I inherited knowledge from my
Good
master,
and bad.
and he from his. You are part of a legacy.
Mm-hmm. That's a freaking cool thing to play with directly.
But my part of that legacy is one of death and war.
But you're more than that. Because I'm more than that.
You are more, Anakin, but more powerful and dangerous than anyone realized.
Is that what this is about?
If I am everything you are,
You've learned nothing.
don't say that.
Back to the beginning. I gave you a choice.
Live or die.
Live.
Oh, he's got the red saber! Or die.
Or die.
Oh, in the eyes. Oh. No.
Incorrect.
This is a scenario that they were talking about the video I watched with like the different stances and stuff. With the two sabers, she's in a bit more of an offensive, but it's gonna leave her open for bad things going up against a more powerful stance like Anakin's. Oh, not that was freaking cool. Oh, this is all so cool. son. Yes! Oh, back to the two sabers. Taste. They're so good.
Trying to die.
Come on, Ahsoka. Oh, snap.
I choose to live.
Yes. Dude, the eyes, man. It's almost like... I almost feel like he's aging in front of us. Maybe not.
There's hope for you yet.
Yes. He looks great though. I think he looks really good this whole episode. I have no visual effect complaints, and I like that this is all attached to Ahsoka, so it's actual Anakin for her. But her, you know, kind of working through not being there for when Anakin turns, right? Now, yeah. What about the world between worlds? She gonna figure out right now. This is so gorgeous. Look at every friction. What just happened? This is wild. Oh, is she going like into the actual water? Now they're gonna find her? Yep. I think she's gonna... They're gonna find her now. Yep. Oh, dude, that was freaking fire, man. Fire, man. Dude, like, let's go, man. That was so cool. I like how personal that is for her, you know, and her journey in particular. And like I've been saying all season, this is a very Rebels show. I love that you get something that personal for Ahsoka. I want to like look to see how much time we have left, but I don't want to look to see how much time we have left. I mean, Thrawn, man. That was cool though. So like, rather than her walking by portals, which is what Ezra saw, she like went into actual moments, which was really cool. And while we didn't get the Vader Ahsoka moment that I would have loved to see there, getting to see Anakin and her fight toe to toe was good enough for me, man. I love that Jacen being connected to the Force though leads to like that's so cool.
We got her, John.
We sure did, Jacen. We sure did. Let's figure out how to go find Sabine and it's for... Oh, snap. You never see her without her head guard on. Wasn't right. It's kind of cool. Au natural look.
Welcome back, Lady Tanner.
How long have I been out?
One rotation.
Some of the original.
However, you might have been lost for good, if not for Jacen.
Jacen is here.
With his mother and a squadron of X-Wings. All unauthorized.
Classic.
And Sabine.
No, we have not found her. We were hoping you could explain what happened.
I love the way Rosario just like looks and observes things. I've heard some people like knock on her serious take, and I think I've said this before, but like, yes, while there was a spunky, more upbeat, kind of energetic, younger Ahsoka in Clone Wars, by the time we meet her in Rebels, where she's grown up, she's extremely stoic. And Ahsoka, I mean, Rosario, I think, is spot on to Ahsoka. I love that she has a relationship with Jacen.
Owe you my thanks.
I heard you fighting.
You did?
Yeah, lightsabers. Who are you fighting with?
Yo, that's so cool.
Yang, why don't you show Jacen inside your starship?
I've been in a starship.
A Jedi starship?
Come along. I'll show you the training room.
You have a training room in your...
Jedi starship.
No.
No.
You know how to build a lightsaber?
Yes.
He
Can you
does.
teach me?
No. One day, Jacen.
I know you've just recovered, but I have to ask. Where's Sabine? The last time I saw Sabine, she was holding this. And that's significant? She might have left an impression on it, like a memory. So we'll know what happened.
Ooh, that's cool.
Step away from her! Straight! Stay back!
You're not like that, are you?
More than you know.
Is dope.
I give you my word. No harm will come to you. Sabine, you will be...
Dude.
Do it. For Ezra.
Yup. She went.
They took her with them, and she's alive.
For now.
Yes. At least she was when she left Sato. We have to go after them. I'm afraid it's not that simple.
General, we have a problem.
What else?
It's the fleet. They're on their way.
Well, they're a little late.
I don't think they're coming to help.
Uh-oh.
I'll deal with this.
Like, I'm so tempted to see how much time we have left. How are they gonna get there? Like, I don't know. The Purrgil, duh. I don't know. They're gonna ride Purrgil, baby. Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. I can't believe I just sat here like, I don't know what they're gonna do. Purrgil are our friends. They're gonna freaking ride some Purrgil. For a hot second, I was like, oh, don't end there!
Do you have evidence of Imperial Remnant activity or of Grand Admiral Thrawn's return? Then I'm afraid there's nothing more I can do.
I'm not sure she'll agree to that. I'm not sure I agree to that.
Hera, the Senate Oversight Committee is going to determine if your command should be permanently suspended.
Yo,
You're going to need her testimony to help you.
ain't got time for that.
I don't know how you score this, but we're losing right now.
So knows what to do.
I know how to follow Sabine.
Go get tied up in some Purrgil. Dude, if we get to see like a Purrgil jump right now.
I'm not sure I like this plan.
Yes, I would like to...
There's no other way. Without the map, we don't have the proper hyperspace
Yes, and we
coordinates.
got Ahsoka in the all white.
You think they do?
Only one way to find out.
Dude, this has gotta be so dope. Like, besides going back to Clone Wars, like, I have a feeling this coming up is why you go to a big screen. This is gonna be sick. How are they gonna get taken? That's how I'm interested. Because Ezra's always been the one with the connection to the Purrgil. Dude, it never gets old seeing, oh my god, there's so many of them! Oh, maybe Jacen will have a connection like Ezra did. That would be friggin' cool. So, do you start seeing any of them start lighting up blue? Hyper jump.
Up ahead, I think that is one of the larger ones.
Oh, snap.
Yeah. That'll do. Wish me luck.
I can't. If Ahsoka rides, she can't ride on the Purrgil, right? That would be kind of crazy. Dude, she looks freaking stellar. I love the white and gray. Oh, there's the mama Purrgil. That's so freaking cool. Connect, Ahsoka. Connect. That is a massive Purrgil. Look how small the ship is. Oh my god. Yeah, stop him.
Please identify yourself.
Captain, you know very well who we are and why we are here. Now, where is General Syndulla?
I'm afraid that's classified information. You're gonna have to halt your approach to the planet until I receive confirmation that the General has indeed completed her mission.
Mission? Captain, the reason we are here is because...
Oh, man. Everything that happened with Kim's Convenience, I'm so glad he has this.
The best way you can help is to maintain your distance until I can confirm that General Syndulla has completed her mission.
Yes.
Explain the nature of this mission, or I will see to it that you are stripped of your rank for resisting a direct order.
Ooh. Playing a tough game.
Okay, but you're not gonna believe me.
Mom, is she really gonna talk to them?
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It's just like the stories you told me. How the whales took Ezra and the bad guys far, far away.
Sure did.
Now they'll take Ahsoka to where Ezra is?
That's the hope, kiddo.
Just take Ahsoka. Oh. Bro, I love this so much. Yo, that's like the scale is nuts. Gonna ride on the inside. That's pretty crazy.
Hey! Get in!
Get in there!
Move us in.
All right. But you best come back inside.
Oh, so it's kind of like, I might want to stay outside. Into the Purrgil, okay. I hope if Hera stays behind, she rallies up the troops in some way. This is freaking cool. Let's go.
You're certain they know where Sabine was taken?
I have no idea. We'll just see where it goes.
I love it.
I know. That's better than going nowhere.
Facts. I like that. Yo. Show me them blue charge ups. Dude, there's so...
The whales will transport her and her ship, or at least that's the plan.
Captain, I'm receiving a signal from the Ghost.
Captain Gerard, this is General Syndulla. I'd move your fleet out of there if I were you.
Yo, that's so friggin' dope. I love it.
Evasive maneuvers. Get clear of their path.
They about to jump. Don't just hit me, jump, wanna jump, don't just hit. Dude, this is... Yo. This score right now. Kevin Kiner. Doing magical things, man. It's insane. I can't believe that we get this in live action. Like, this is nuts. It's the one that's got Ahsoka in it. These space whales are so dope. Oh, the eye was blue! The eye was blue! Jump incoming, baby. Yes, here we go! Oh, man.
Ahsoka, looks like they're about to jump.
Sorry you can't make the trip.
That's alright. Jacen's too young to travel between galaxies.
Hera, I'll find them. I promise.
Let's do goosebumps everywhere right now. Oh my god. Dude, these last 3 eps are gonna be insane. This is so cool. Yo. Is that where it's gonna end? Dave Filoni, no Thrawn. That was I genuinely thought we were gonna get to Thrawn this episode. No Thrawn. That's fine though. Dave didn't have to introduce Thrawn. And you know what? In all honesty, like, when we go back and we look at the show, like, in a whole, and we look for, like, the Ahsoka things, Dave Filoni did the Ahsoka episode. Like, this has been Rebels pretty much from jump, right? Like, the Rebels gang has been very tied to everything that goes on, and it very much feels like one of them runs where Ahsoka shows up in the animated series. So I love how personal this episode is for Ahsoka. And I love that, as many cool theories were out there, and like I said, I think a lot of those theories, specifically like the Son of Mortis stuff, would have really made a lot of sense, could have been really interesting to play with, but like, I like that it ultimately did something that didn't rob us of like Anakin moments, you know what I mean? Like, anytime Hayden can show up and give us Anakin, I want it to really be Anakin. And while it's not directly Anakin, right, like, it's very clear that Ahsoka's presence in the world between worlds very different than Ezra's. And, the things that she needed to learn, right? Like, the things that she's grappled with. And what, like, to learn, the last thing that Anakin needed to teach her. To use the world between worlds for that, as an Anakin fan, as a Hayden fan, as an Ahsoka fan, as a Rosario fan, that was the most satisfying way to take that story. I genuinely think if you wanted to play with, like, the Sun or do any of the Mortis stuff, that would have played really well in the animated series. But to actually bring Hayden back and just, like, melt his face away so that, someone like Sam Witwer could be standing there as the Sun, that would have been kind of a bummer. And I like how they ultimately played with it, right? Because, like, the other thing that we ended last week with was the march, the Empire March. And you hear those tones, and you can kind of second guess. And I like the fact that it was an amalgamation of all of Anakin, right? The last Anakin that she knew, the first Anakin that she knew, the Anakin she never got to meet until he was already Darth Vader. Like, to go through that journey and to highlight those moments, like, from Clone Wars, was so freaking cool. And to get Ahsoka to the place that she needs to be, where it's like, you get to choose, live or die, And I love that, like, when she comes back from the world between worlds, she goes back to the all white and gray. That episode just slapped, dude. And, like, it's just the way they played with the whole thing. I mean, Anakin, like, one, getting Anakin and Ahsoka, Rosario and Hayden lightsaber fighting. Oh my god, it was beautiful. And then when he's like, I haven't taught you everything, and he freaking cut the bridge, fall right into the Clone Wars, and then young Ahsoka, oh my god. Like, that was, and I don't know what it is, because I totally agree with everybody else, right? Last week, the de-aging didn't look great, right? And considering what we saw in Obi-Wan Kenobi, we can understand why people were theorizing that it was a purposeful choice, right? Some kind of a disguise. But I don't know. I don't know if they did like extra work in the last week. I thought Anakin looked like Hayden looked great the whole episode. And like like when short-haired early Clone Wars Anakin running through, like, I was sitting here going like, yo, give me like a 90-minute live-action Clone Wars movie. Like, let's go back to the Clone Wars. Let's tell a story with that little girl playing Ahsoka and bring Hayden in. Do whatever you did this, make it work that good. Like, just fantastic. And then to use Jacen to find Ahsoka. Chef's kiss, Dave Filoni. Like, the excitement I have for the Jacen character. Like, what I ultimately would love to see is I would love to see Ezra teach Jacen. Considering that Kanan taught Ezra, it'd be cool if Ezra taught Kanan's kid. You build me to a world where that's going down, but just so cool, right? Like, you give us that moment last week where it's like, I got a bad feeling. You know, something that's happened to many Jedi in the Star Wars universe. And to have him sense Ahsoka. And then he's like, Mom, can't you hear it? And, like, listen to the waves. Lightsabers. Like, And then, yeah, the lightsabers were freaking dope, man. Rosario brought it, and anytime you can get Anakin going 90 miles an hour, Hayden doing all, oh my god, like, that's the, that gives me life, man. That is a lifeblood source of energy, man. I love watching Hayden wield a freaking lightsaber. And seeing Rosario, like, that was the one thing I wanted. I was like, if you're gonna bring Hayden in, whether it's flashbacks or whatever it is, like, I need to see him and Rosario throw down. And that was the most perfect way to give us that, right? Like, you give it to us in a way that is important to the character. And utilizing the world between worlds, you know, it's like Filoni said it, I'm pretty sure it was in an interview, but it was, you know, it's very specific to the Jedi and the journey. You know, it's a place that connects all points. But it's not about time traveling as much as it is about knowledge, a place where you can learn things. For Ezra, he learned things by revisiting certain moments that he went through, and moments that he would like to change, but you know you can't. Right? Like, even in Rebels, Ahsoka goes back to where she was. But it's one of those where it's like, for Ahsoka, you get a completely different thing. And to use that to have her work through the thing that is holding her back, right? Like, I think being able to let go of having no control over stopping it, right? Like, it's that thing, like, you were Anakin's Padawan. If you don't leave, maybe he doesn't turn. We all know it's going to happen anyway. Like, I saw, there's an article somewhere, I don't remember if it was Filoni or somebody else, but, like, it's one of these things, like, you know, Ahsoka wouldn't have been able to stop Anakin. But knowing what happens to him, that's something that's going to weigh on you, right? Because you weren't there, and you were always there. And when you were there, Anakin was good. So to work through that stuff through a final lesson from Anakin, I can't wait to see the level up. Like, that it's one of those like, oh man, you didn't like learn anything new or like get any kind of force, but it's that, it's that clarity. There's so much to the mental and the meditation and the mindset of a Jedi, and to have that weight removed, I'm very excited for what the next 3 episodes are gonna be. Obviously, we know we're gonna be getting Thrawn next episode, and as the episodes play, like, it was one of those where I heard that it was like in the 50s, but I was thinking in my head, like, you go 90 minutes and you'll do all, like, you could have gotten the Ezra and Thrawn stuff in a 90-minute episode, which would have made even more sense going to the movies. But again, like Shadow Warrior, and giving this, like, this episode is just so perfect for the Ahsoka piece of the story of a show that's got her namesake to it, right? Like, it's Ahsoka's show, but we've been getting Rebels, and then I love how personal it got, and then just the way that they played with everything was just so good. And then to end it with the like, I'm just sitting here going, how are they gonna find it, man? It's gonna be like a burn in the hand, which is really just a nod to Indiana Jones. Whatever it's gonna be, I'm just sitting here like scratching my head, and then the Purrgil, obviously. And I love like Hu Yang being like, do we know, like, for sure that, or maybe it might have been Hera, but like, you have no idea. My name is Hu Yang. No idea if it's gonna take you where you gotta go. But like Ahsoka says, better than going nowhere. And just to like, I love anytime you get to a moment for a Jedi where they are just trusting the Force. You know what I mean? And you have this connection to this massive Purrgil. The scale was, it was wonderful. I mean, Ahsoka's ship is huge. It was so teeny tiny. But like, anytime you can kind of get that moment for a Jedi where they can completely let go and just like trust in the Force, it is going to be very rewarding, I think, for Ahsoka to end up where Ezra and Thrawn are. And I'm fascinated to see how they play with that. I hope that, like, we start with seeing Morgan and Balin and Shin get where they're going, right? Like, give me that piece of story, the stuff that's been happening while this was happening, and then plop Ahsoka in. And it knowing that Ezra has a connection to the Purrgil, it'll be really interesting to see where they end up, and if Ezra is off on his own, right? Like, that's the crazy thing. It's like, you're in this other galaxy. Ezra and Thrawn have been there for a very long time. What's been going on during that long time? These are the things where it's like, you could get to a place where it's like, yeah, maybe Morgan knows how to find Thrawn, but Ezra could be somewhere completely different than where Thrawn currently, like, the fact that Ezra and Thrawn are together in whatever galaxy they're in doesn't mean that they're necessarily physically in the same space or occupying the same space. They could be in 2 different places. So it'd be cool if, like, Morgan's coordinates bring them to where they gotta go, and the Purrgil, like, bring Ahsoka directly to Ezra. Because I would personally love to see Ezra and Ahsoka go try to save Sabine. As much as I'd love to see Sabine do something to save Ezra, like, I think the way we're currently set up, it would be dope if the Purrgil go to wherever Ezra is, and then Ahsoka is able to work with Ezra to go get Sabine. And I have a feeling it'll probably end up being like stopping Morgan and Balin, but Thrawn get, like, I don't think you utilize this show to introduce Thrawn into live action to one and done him. Like, he's going to get out, and I'm pretty sure this is all built into like a Dave Filoni movie that's like in this Mandalorian verse. So like, this is the beginnings for Thrawn, and I'm very, very interested to just see how they play with all that. I mean, you could also go to just like backstory and like show us what happened when Ezra and Thrawn show up wherever they show up and what's been going on all this time. Like there's so many places that you can go, and it's one of these things where, you know, I don't think I'm feeling it when it comes to the lengths of the episodes, and especially because most of them have been longer. But like you get to the end of this 8 episodes, and it's gotta be like there's stuff in there that you could play with. You know, go back, show us what happened to Ezra and Thrawn, build to whatever Morgan and Balin and Shin and Ahsoka and Hu Yang are walking into. But it's like, well, we have enough time for it. We got 3 more episodes, and I think those 3 episodes are going to be stellar. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. And like I said, now listen to the book. Getting some Thrawn stuff in my brain. I'm like very excited to see Lars Mikkelsen in live action. It's gonna be freaking cool. But yeah, that was stupendous. I think anytime Dave Filoni touches Star Wars from behind the camera, it's something special. And like it's all 5 episodes have been unbelievably striking. I think visually this show looks great. Hayden last week aside, I think everything that we're getting has looked really, really good. And, you know, the 2 episodes from Filoni, the 1 from Ramsey, the 2 from Green, like, so far these 3 directors are delivering something for me that, like, could be considered in, like, a top 10 space of, like, Star Wars things. This show is that good. And it's one of these where, like, yeah, you know, you could probably have people who don't know these characters because they didn't watch the cartoons being like, oh man, all this fan service for these guys, you know, all these stories. And it's like, yes, there's definitely a lot of that going on. But the way that it's happening is natural to the storytelling that's being utilized in a way that I think is beneficial to people who don't know these characters. And that's the thing that I love about Filoni in general, is that he's taking his time. He's not rushing building these characters out, and to give us, like, it's one of these where if you didn't watch the shows and you don't know Ahsoka's background, understanding that she was Anakin's Padawan during the Clone Wars, to physically see that, I think is just so cool. And then, like, we didn't get to see Captain Rex take his helmet off, but we did see him physically in the Clone Wars, and we did get to hear his voice, so that was really cool. And, like, yeah, it's just, this thing is, let's get the Sea Maniacs up. Last week was our first 5, and Peter Ramsey delivered one of my individual favorite episodes of Star Wars television I've gotten in a while. I think Dave Filoni might have just one-upped it a little bit. There's so many good, like, the last 2 episodes combined make one of my favorite things to come from Star Wars, especially in the TV space. The story in general from Filoni has been great. I think the way, like we were saying, the way he's building it for people who are unfamiliar with these characters, this should be sucking you in, man. And I think they're building, like, just having Thrawn in the background being mentioned a lot, I think it's kind of building him up in a way where, like, when he hits, you're going to be like, oh, snap. But I appreciate the fact that Filoni is able to take his time in the writing and deliver the story in a way that if you don't know these characters, you can invest yourself the way that people who do know the characters are. I think is really cool. And then he's giving us things where, like, as fans of the show, we are geeking out every week. And I just think every episode, while I think you could go in and dive into some things more, I don't think any episode yet this season has really done a disservice to itself where, like, oh man, the length of it, I feel like we're missing, like, every story and every piece of the story feels complete in the episodes that we're getting, which I really, really dig. And this one, I mean, to play with the world between worlds, to utilize it in a way like Filoni has talked about, where it can be a personal thing for an individual Jedi and a space to learn, you get different things. Ezra needed to see stuff physically inside a little portal, be able to interact. That's what he gets. The things that he hears is different. Those portals probably were in there somewhere, but what Ahsoka is going through, right? And also the way that she gets to the world between worlds, right? It's not through a portal the way that Ezra goes. She falls off a mountain, hits the water. Theoretically, is just in the water, and all of this is happening internally. So you use that space in a way where you can have almost like ghosts, but without them being Force ghosts. And I just thought Anakin Hayden looked great this episode, and utilizing just the moments from the Clone Wars and teaching and giving Ahsoka this final lesson. I just thought it was so cool to put on screen, and then to get that lightsaber fight was spectacular. My second favorite thing in the episode is the usage of Jacen, and the fact that he and his connection to the Force is able to locate and find where Ahsoka is. I thought that was so friggin' cool, and such a perfect way to utilize that character being there, right? Hera, so it's like, sorry you can't come. Hera's like, Jacen's still too young for the travel. But, here he is, in a moment where him being there is so important. I love that. I love that Hera is building up a relationship with Carson. I think that's great, and I love utilizing this episode a little bit to kind of deal with some of that. And also, again, to kind of give you more context for Hera and the type of person that she is, and how, she didn't have a mission. She just went because she needed to help her friends. I love seeing those physical representations in live action, and then to have Ahsoka come back, get her in the white and the gray, and, figure out that it's the Purrgil that's going to take them, and then have that conversation on the scale, man, seeing how small her ship was next to that Purrgil, all of it was just so... That would have been really dope to see on a movie screen. But I'm very glad that I saw it with you guys, because now I can sit here and go to you for the second time this season. The Seaman's going 5 out of 5 Sea-Maniacs. This is just... This is what I, as a Star Wars fan, want. I hope this is what most Star Wars fans want, at least the ones that I know. We're all here for this. And this has just been stellar. Dave Filoni, you beautiful, beautiful man. I love that you are doing these things for us, man. And I can't wait to see more of it. And where these last 3 episodes go is going to be a wild ride to the finish. I hope all the episodes are at least this length, if not longer, down the stretch. Let's dive in and, deliver a really, really strong third act. I'm stoked. I'm stoked for the rest of the weeks. I'm going to have to mix in with volleyball, so we'll probably be seeing a bunch of me here for these Ahsoka watches, but that's fine. I'm stoked with everything that happened tonight. We didn't win in volleyball, but it was a good first outing for our squad. I'm going to get some confidence, get some reps in. I'm going to be very sore. I dove too many times. This is my problem with sports. The older I get, I forget how old I am. And, there's just, a ball, and it's about to be there, and I'm like, oh, if I dive, I could do it. And I saved a couple. I had some spikes. I felt good out there. Like I said, it was a good run. And to go, grab a beer and see freaking David Krumholtz tearing it up, friggin' Grateful Dead style. So cool. And then to come home and get this. Yeah, Corey had a successful Tuesday off day. That's for damn sure. And obviously, I was a little busy at home during the day. I wanted to try to go see The Nun 2. That's in my plans. I have an early access screening for something else tomorrow night, but maybe I'll try to get The Nun in earlier on in the day, depending on when this all gets done being edited, which is going to take a while because I've talked for so long, but hey, it's okay. There's so many amazing things going on tonight and things to come into and things to talk about. But it's one of these where, I don't know where I was going. I had a great off day today. Today was a wonderful off day. I'm so happy to end it with you guys and Ahsoka. I had fun. 5 out of 5 Sea-Maniacs, in case you forgot. I am now going to shut up after, let's give it 6 more seconds so we can say 90 minutes of talking about Ahsoka. I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I want to know what you're thinking. Coming off of last week's episode, did this deliver what you were hoping for? What kind of theories did you guys have going in? Did you get anything right? I feel like the one thing I should have said was that the Purrgil were going to get them where they were going. I feel upset that I didn't say that, and the one that I was so sure of was Thrawn, and we didn't get Thrawn either. So what did you hit on? What did you miss on? And then ultimately, did it matter if you hit or you missed? Because, damn, that was a good episode of television, man. I think Dave Filoni is the truth, man. He's the answer. Nobody understands Star Wars like Dave Filoni, except for George Lucas. We're in good hands, folks. when he's writing, the writing behind this has been just so good, and you can see like all the focus being here. So if you guys are feeling that, what stuff was jumping out for you? How much did you love the world between worlds stuff? Did you like the utilization of Anakin? Did you think the de-aging looked better in this episode? The Purrgil stuff, where we're building to, we've got a Shadow Warrior in Ahsoka. Or was the Shadow Warrior Anakin? You tell me what you think. I feel like the names of these episodes have multiple ways you can play with them. But there's a lot of stuff going on. Was this your favorite episode of the season? Do you feel like this and last week make a perfect, like, kind of 1-2 punch? Like, I would have loved if they would have dropped last week and this week together in the theater. That would have been pretty cool. But yeah, man, anything you got, good, bad, indifferent, on Ahsoka, Season 1, Episode 5, Part 5, Shadow Warrior. Put it down below in the comment section. I look forward to talking to you guys down there. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're new, you want to come hang out with C-Man anytime we're talking movies, TV, trailer, reactions, you want to be here for my last 3 watches of Ahsoka in the next 3 weeks. You want to be here for more Mandalorian stuff. We've been getting up Season 3 reactions. I think I got up one new one today and kind of reiterated some of the old ones, or maybe 2 new ones today. I don't remember. We got that going on. You want to be here for that. Anything else we got? Like I said, I'm trying to go see The Nun. I got another early access screening for that GameStop movie tomorrow. So there's definitely some stuff coming your guys' way. We got some trailers. You want to be here for it. You want to show a little love and support. Come join C-Maniac Nation. It's super easy. It's where you can do all those things. And all you got to do, jump over there, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell if you want those alerts. And until next time, for the C-Man's Cinema Sit Down, I've been the C-Man. I'm signing off. Peace.
Oh, you guys are still here. You snuck up on me. You must be looking for more of this guy. Well, I got 2 video options for you, man. Right up here and right over here. And if you want all those C-Man goodies, well, hey, come join the squad right on over there, and I'll catch you on the next one.